Well, it's Easter Sunday, and I'm sure many people will be tucking into a chocolate egg, and will be having something special for dinner or lunch today. Now, the wine that I would recommend is something a bit special too, and it's a little bit out of the ordinary, because what I'm recommending is an intensely sweet dessert sherry called a Pedro Ximenez, a PX sherry. This particular one, the Harvey's 30-year-old Pedro Ximenez sherry, is on sale, quite easy to buy. It's in Waitrose, and it's in booths, and it's in Morrison's, as well as some independent shops, all priced around £21. So not cheap, but £21 for this 50cl bottle. Now, these sweet Pedro Ximenez sherries are some of the world's most unusual but fantastic wines, made from partially raisined, dried Pedro Ximenez grapes, so that there is very little juice comes out when the grapes are squeezed. The wines are hugely sweet, treacle thick, as you will see when you pour it into a glass, and offer an incredible sensation both of flavour and texture in the mouth. Now, this particular one comes from a Solera, which was started in 1919. Solera is a system that is used in sherry of fractional blending, so that a little bit of this year's harvest is poured into the casks from last year, and that is poured into the casks from the year before, and you keep this rotation going, this sherry rotation going, so that the wine gets some of the complex characters that are developed across the whole Solera. In this case, the wines on average are at least 30 years old, which are in this bottle. On the nose, it's a sensation of treacle and licorice and lovely dark chocolate. Beautiful notes. There's some stewed fig in there too. A lovely luscious richness to this wine. Little notes of espresso. Really deep, complex notes, as you can imagine. And on the palate, absolutely sensational. This wine won gold medals at the International Wine Challenge and the International Wine and Spirit Competition, and I can absolutely see why. It is completely luscious, completely velvety and mouth-filling, and has such intense raisin, stewed black fruit, coffee and chocolate sweetness, that lovely depth of treacly richness, that it just coats and the tongue. I can taste it now, 30 seconds after my last mouthful, and I'm sure I'll taste it in 5 minutes from now. Sensational stuff. And one of the big tips, maybe a slight cliche, is to pour this over vanilla ice cream, use it as a sauce, and indeed that is a fantastic thing to do. Add a handful of sultanas or raisins too if you want. And I tried it with some of these little Godiva mixed flavour chocolate eggs, thinking it might be a really nice partner for your Easter Sunday chocolate egg. And indeed it was. I loved it particularly with the not too dark chocolate, with the kind of rich, good quality milk chocolate. The sensation of the two together hit the spot for me. So, something a little bit different to end any celebration meal, to sip on its own, to have with chocolate or to have with ice cream, is this wonderful Pedro Ximenez sherry. It's the Harvey's 30-year-old Pedro Ximenez sherry. It costs around £21, is available in Waitrose, booths, Morrison's, and a number of independent retailers. And it's a very unusual wine of the week for Easter, and I wish you very good health for the spring to come.